Alright guys, welcome back to some more Warno. Today we've got ourselves a little ranked match just before the new update. We're going to be going up against average blob enjoyer. As 5th Panzer, I'm going to be playing 2nd UK. We're going to be playing on airport. And I think this will be quite an interesting match to go over, because I think a lot of people do struggle countering like blob gameplay. So we'll go over a setup really quickly. I've got 2 Halloms, which are here to try and counter any blobs coming, because I could predict what they were going to do. I've got a Challenger Mark II and a couple Warrior Milans. These guys at the moment are heading to the centre. I've got 3 SAS coming to populate the city. Airmobiles coming over to this left-hand side to get early positions. Airmobile scouts just into Echo, and I've got a Fox, Javelin LML, just a bit of AA, and 1 CV. So for my opponent, we see Jäger coming in here. Got an M40 and a CV, very defensive positioning, Unimog and a Leopard 1. So you can tell the opponent is going very defensive on this side and attacking much more aggressively over on this side here. He's got double looks and Jäger leading the way. Do manage to get my airmobiles dropped off here, and they're going to stop these guys pushing through. Unfortunately though, Tornado MW1 is going to come in, take these guys out. Wasn't quite expecting this early on in the game, and there goes the airmobiles, and the Luxes are going to try and charge right on through there. And backed up for those, we see a Leopard 2A4, a 1A5 command, Jaguar 2, Model 1A3, Roland 3, and a Gepard. So here's the blob. Here's the considerable force, which is all pushing to this point here. See, I'm going to redirect my Javelin LML, get that unloaded back here so it doesn't die. I'm going to get my Airmobile and my Fox into some good backline positions here so I can cause a nuisance if I need to. My Warrior and my Challenger have been redirected now. They're going to head back up this way. And this is going to be my main blocking force against the blob. And then my Lynx Helloms, they're going to move over as well. I'm going to keep them safe. I'm going to pull them back here and round to this side. And those guys are to counter the looks or any pushing forces through. So I've got nice responsive helis I can do that with. My Fox is pushing into like a point here so I can get some good recon on this flank, and then possibly heading to the back lines if I want to. So the looks is heading over, but my Warrior and my Challenger is already on the way here. Back in the lines here, I got 3 more Warrior Milans coming out, and I just want to set up HGM walls and fire support over here in a prepped position, ready to go. Nothing happening on this side so far. All my SAS are just in the buildings. They're just kind of waiting for the moment. Rover CP's heading back over this way. See, the Lux is forced to retreat now as the Challenger Mark II pushes forwards. Jaguar is opening up, and that's a bit of an issue for me. It's that TOW 2 is pretty nasty. Now, I do make a mistake here in how I'm going to go ahead and try and counter this blob. Is bringing in the Jaguar cluster, and I'm just bringing in 1. That's the big mistake. Ideally, I should have brought in 2, and this would have gotten through. They would have gotten through, but I just get taken out. I think I do manage to drop 1 bomb and take the Leopard 2A4 down to half health. And then Lynx Helloms get whacked by the Roan 3 and the Gepard, forced to pull back, but they both go down there. I do take out a Lux. I'm microing my Challenger pretty well here, keeping it back, pushing forwards when I can get a shot off. I really want to try and take out that AA. I had another Jaguar cluster, but I've just got it circling in the back as he's got 2 F104G AA planes about, trying to keep me from getting air dominance. So I'm keeping this guy safe, keeping them back lines. I've redirected my Warriors around to this flank so I can engage from 2 different angles, which should help me out. I've pushed my Fox forward here in order to try and ambush some of these AA pieces. So I'm going to wait for an opportunity where I can spring that forward and try and take some of these guys out. Lynx Helloms pushing back over this side. That's a new one actually. And then I've got 2 bombers here now, and I'm just circling them, getting them ready. And I kind of want to bring these guys in a raid against the AA. Now he has spread out his AA, and that's a good thing by him. I kind of showed off that I had both of these, and he's done the right thing in response to that. So it was a bit of a shame. If I'd come in, like brought them out together, it would have been a bigger surprise, and I could have actually done some really good damage there. But you can see he finally starts to go after my Jaguars, but I just pull them back. He doesn't want to overextend too much. I just get these guys away, and I'm going to swing them back round. And I'm kind of saving up for a Phantom at this point so I can kind of counter these guys, but they've got to evac now. Low on fuel. I've still got a +1 tick at the moment, as this zone isn't captured yet. And I've just taken Echo. I bring these guys in for the bombing run. You can see I'm going after the Rolands. This guy gets hit, which is unfortunate. But the Jaguar HE gets through, Jaguar cluster goes down, which is a real shame. And then I think the Jaguar HE does get taken out as well. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. So really not good plane play from me. But this is the time I've sprung the Fox. I want to try and get the ambush on that Roland 3. But he misses. Really frustrating. Shoot the Gepard as well. Get one shot on target. I smoke and then I pull back. I'm like, fuck. Missed my opportunity there to actually engage properly. Now I'm pushing my Challenger up to this tree line, trying to get a better angle on these troops. But you can see the blob that was here is kind of been stuck. I've kind of maintained it into that one small spot. It hasn't really been able to go anywhere. Whilst I've moved like other stuff into better positions and I've got a nice decent spread across the map where I can lock things down. Jaguar 2 is trying to engage the Fox here. It was pushing forwards to hit these warriors, but it's switched target to the Fox, which is trying to stay alive, but it's going to get taken out by the Leopard 1 and the Marder there. Leopard 2A4 starts pushing forwards aggressively to the warriors, so I just smoke them off. I want to try and draw them out a bit more. Emmobile's very lucky to be alive. I was late on the unload there, but it does survive. I start moving the Challenger over this way, so I can help engage from this side angle, and so I can pair the warriors with the Challenger. I should be able to do pretty well there. So Jaguar starts engaging the warriors. Leopard 2A4 smokes off, but does expose its side armor here. It's got a reverse order, I believe. Yeah, it's on a reverse order. The Challenger is pushing up, hoping to get a shot off. Doesn't quite get the angle yet. I think it will. No, that smoke is really blocking away from the Jaguar 2. I start pushing the warriors up to this tree line. Mobile scouts pushing towards the Jaeger Aufklärer. Very lucky I didn't die there to the F4AT. I've really not got a lot of AA on this side, in this Javelin and LML, which is not the best. So I need to get some more AA up. I've got a Phantom F3 coming in to hopefully scare that F4AT off, and another Challenger Mark II. Leopard 2A4 pushes forwards, trying to engage the warrior Milan, exposing it to the Challenger 2 at very close range. Big micro mistake here. It turns, but it's so low on armor it gets taken out. F3 does manage to evac the F4AT, which is great, but goes down in itself. So I've had some big losses in terms of planes, which really sucks for me. Not a good thing at all. Warrior Milan starts pushing forwards again. Milan 2 is in a really nice spot here. This is pretty troublesome for me. Jaeger Aufklärer kind of forced back there. Jaguar 2 engaging the Challenger 2. But I do manage to get a shot off beforehand, take out that Jaguar 2. But my Challenger 2 is still alive and in a good position. It's now been pinged, so he is going to be coming in trying to target that. And you can see 2A3 is coming out as well. More Leopard 1A1s, Marder 1A3s. He's captured this zone on the left, so we are equal in points. And we see the Tornado cluster coming in. And of course, I've got no real AA here to stop this. So it's all going to come down to my micro and whether I can dodge it. He's targeting positioning because he can't actually see the Challenger. And so I'm going to try and micro this guy out of here. I should have like gone forwards, just moved, like not a reverse but a move command. But I do manage to avoid it for the most part. I'm kind of low on HP there, especially with two Milan 2s here. It's time to engage, so I have to reverse micro, face the front armor, so I can tank more of that, otherwise I would have died there. It's a tricky position for me here. I've pushed this Challenger 2 up, hoping they'll engage it, but I think... No, they just keep going for this guy. And so I have to keep trying to dodge and like face front armor and try and stay alive. Use this other Challenger 2 as kind of bait as well, but we do manage to pull it back, keep it safe. Another Tornado cluster's coming in. Looks like he's going for this Challenger, so I've got to try and dodge this as well. He does a fire position command, and so I just start moving forwards instead. Managed to dodge that and survive on 1 HP. MW1 doesn't get any shots off there. Javelin does engage, does get a nice hit. As you can see, I'm bringing up a Rapier FSA and a Tracked Rapier. I'm like, right, I need more AA now. I brought some Warrior Milans over to this right side, and I'm slowly starting to push up with my SAS. I do want to threaten this zone. But I've got a decent hold here. Arm Rifle's about to lose their life against the MW1. Extends Javelin Mel, engages again, gets another hit off. See if it gets the third. Misses. It's unfortunate. Hull breach, pretty nasty crit there, but the Warrior Milan is doing a nice job in forcing the 283 back, but you can see more forces pushing up here. Got another Challenger Mark II pushing forwards as well. Don't get a lot of them in this deck, but I've got to use them very wisely and try and engage the best I can with them. Warrior Milan tried its best there, got some nice side shots on the Leopard 1, which does help as I push this Challenger 2 up. Going to bring this other Challenger 2 over so they can engage together, and I avoid these Milan 2s which are now covering the open ground here. So I avoid that threat. I start to push this Leopard 1A5 over here with airmobiles into the back line, but they're kind of getting fucked up there. This guy's probably going to have better luck, so I'm pushing them both at the same time, so both of them won't get suppressed. Like, these guys get routed and forced back, but this 1A5 can't actually see these guys pushing. You can see Rapier FSA now, locking down this position. I've got another Fox I'm hoping to send into the back lines. That guy's going there. The Leopard 1A5 is trying to move away, trying to move into an angle to engage these airmobiles. They do manage to get them. They get stunned, super low on health. F104G is actually running around, was trying to get a gun run on them. Airmobiles get into position, miss their first shot, down to 1 HP, miss their second shot, miss their third shot, and then finally die. So, not good by me there. Not a good gamble. It didn't go well at all. But I'm making good ground here with the two Challenger 2s. Slowly picking off these infantry, picking off the Marders, pushing up these arm rifles into position here. Another Rapier FSA is coming out into these woods here, so I can really protect the Challengers. Over on the right side, starting to make some ground, pushing up these arm rifles, just trying to see what's there. Marder 1A3s are coming into this top side, and another Leopard 2A3 command. I've got these Warrior Milans sitting back here. A tank would have been nice, but I only had Challengers in the deck, and it's tough to spare one out here. Probably should have, and I could have smashed through those forces. We've got a Tornado cluster coming in, going after my Challengers again. And it's all about the micro here. So I start reversing this way, and the intention is when I reverse this way, he's going to lead the shots this way, and then I just accelerate forwards, and I dodge it. Easiest micro to do. Obviously it exposes your side armor, but I'm in a safe position here, so I feel okay to do it. Lynx Hell Arm's heading over to this side as well, and I'm just reinforcing this position so they can't push across. But you can see the blob is moving. Blob is getting pulled back. Roland's, Gepards, they're all pulling back and away. They're going to group up here, group up these Marder 1A3s. I've got my push going on here. Warrior Milans engaging this Leopard 1. Doing some good damage there. Missed the second one, but feeling okay about the push here. We've got a Leopard 2A4 coming up as well. F4AT, F1A4G is coming in. F4AT is going after the Challengers, and I've got exposed side armor. No smoke, I think, at this point. Manages to stun me, but doesn't actually hit me. Phantom F3 comes in. Rapier FSA is doing their job. And we managed to keep those Challengers alive and take the planes out. You can also see on this left side I've got Beals come in, Lynx Hellarm, because I know his AA is in a blob, so I can kind of use these Lynx Hellarms to expose around the side and take those guys out. The 2A4 is coming over this way to help against this push. I've got my Rover here trying to push into this point as well, but here comes the blob. You can see it pushing forwards here. Big blob warfare, and he's just going to go into this point, this zone over here, and this one I realised, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll push over this side, that's fine. I've got enough stuff here where I can kind of delay him. I've taken my arm rifles out of the building so he doesn't get shot by everything. And then when they come around the corner, he'll get side shots. Tornado clusters coming in, going after the airmobiles there. They managed to kill it, and then they dropped both their bombs, so bit of a waste there. F-16 ATs coming in, but Rapier FSA is about, trying to hold off there. Tornado HE bomber comes in, almost kills the 2A4 there, super close to death. You see the arm rifles Did manage to get an okay ambush. They've really delayed the forces here. It's big thorn in his side there. And my challengers are charging forwards over on this side. F-1680 is still trying to circle and get shots off, but it's going right over the top of my AA. And so it is going to get taken out as well. The blob is moving all the way to Alpha here. He is on a +2 at the moment, so he's ticking up nicely, but I'm charging my guys in, getting into some good fire support positions. Got arm rifles pushing. I've already got a Fox in the back line to cut off reinforcements. You see the Jaguar 2 spam is coming over here trying to stop this. But I'm just letting him go. Like, I'm not really too bothered at the moment. I'm going to bring a Challenger 2 up just to kind of lock up this position here, or like the backside, and just slowly getting ready to engage this. My tracked rapiers on the right are pushing around this way. I've got airmobiles pushing forwards trying to unload in here, and I'm going to capture the zone there as well. Phantom F3 just circling at the back for security. And yeah, I'm in a really nice spot here. Just make these guys off. I'm just going to slowly pick all these forces off. Going to get a new CV over to this side, Rover CP coming in. I'm going to cap both these zones, and I'm just going to slowly get this zone capped and engaged. Bit of a tricky situation trying to take out the 284 there, so that is causing me some bother. He's going to take Alpha. I think I redirect this Challenger Mark II to come up into these woods here. I got some Warrior Milans heading over this way as well. But at the moment, I'm happy just pushing forwards here, taking all this. I've got Airmobile Scouts here, engaging the units on this side. Lynx Helm can do whatever it wants now because there's no AA over here. So not an issue for me. It's got that +2 again, and you can see the blob is moving on, heading to this area here. So I am like, okay, track rapiers, move on up. Ignore the blob, stay away from it. And I've got SAS in some nice positions to ambush. I figured he was probably going to be heading back through this way, trying to hit me in the back. So I was like, okay, not an issue. I'll leave my SAS in these like little ambush positions where they can try and take some of them out with a good AT. So yeah, Challenger Mark II is heading to these woods. Warriors as well. Another CP, just going to come in and capture that. See on this side, I've done a pretty good job pushing forwards with all my infantry, slowly collapsing all of this off. F-104G is going to come in, try and take out the Lynx Helm. Yeah, it will take it out. I'm not too bothered. I got all my AA over here, so gets a nice shot off there. I think it'll probably make it out, but it's gone for a while. +6 now to my opponent, so he's really ticking up. I need this CV over here just to capture all of these points back. You can see the blob's kind of like a bit isolated now. There's not really much it can do. It can't go into these SAS here. It can't go back towards this Challenger here. It really should probably think about heading up this way, but then I've got all my challenges there. And so I'm not overreacting, trying to counter this blob all the time. I'm just letting him run around, do whatever he wants. Like, I'm not too bothered. And I bring the Challenger up to start trying to pick some stuff off. Get my Warrior Milans, I'm going to unload them in here. I think I do unload them. Get those ADGMs engaging. All these guys start to push forwards and engage the Challenger. I just smoke off. Like, I want to keep this guy alive. I push forwards, try to get another shot off, and I'm already reversing when that shot's going to go off. ADGM's engaging as well. And I'm just skirmishing with them. I don't want to have a proper engagement. I'm just holding off as best I can. I bring a Fox up as well to support, give me some recon. The Luxes are causing me issues because I've got no armoured fire support over here, so all my units are slowly getting picked off. It's onto a +2 now, so I've capped this zone. I'm going to go up and cap this one. My Challengers have now changed direction. They're all swinging in from this side. I've got my arm rifles who are going to lock down these roads and buildings here. These arm rifles are heading up this way to lock this down. And so I've got my big force swinging in here. I've got a force coming in from this bottom side swinging up. Lynx Helms have head out to the right to try and engage these Luxes and force them back. But the F-104s, the Tornadoes, they're all coming in. I've got the Phantom F3 coming out, takes out the Tornado cluster, charge it forwards again, hits the F-104G, takes that out, misses the Tornado cluster unfortunately, and the Apache rocket. He's trying to escape. I think he's probably going to go down here to the Gepards, if not the Rolands. He does go down, yeah. You can see my challengers are pushing up. They're trying to engage these Jaguar 2s, which are causing us big issues. You can see I'm eating a lot of rounds there. Cohesion's really low. I'm charging the airmobiles forwards towards them because they can't do anything to them, but the MW1s certainly can. And that takes those guys out, unfortunately. But the Jaguars are going down. Both of those die there. I'm going to pull these guys back, get them repaired. SES doing some good work here. Ambushing units, taking out the air there. Lynx Helm's still up. I get my CP into the point over here because I know his blob's there. I don't need to worry too much. I've pushed my Challenger up to engage, and then I'm pulling it right back. This is a really dangerous position for me, and I think I might have overextended a bit. I'm going to leave the Fox to try and ambush some stuff, but I've got no smoke, and I'm in a tough spot. So I'm pulling this guy really far back, trying to keep him alive. The arm rifles and the Fox are to ambush stuff, to delay them a bit, and then the Challenger Mark II is going to push up and hopefully help out this Challenger, because this guy is in a really bad position. Very lucky that 2A3 didn't hit. I managed to actually land the hit there, which is insane. Like, solo cohesion and on the move. Very lucky. You can see my challengers are swinging in from this side. This guy is an absolute hero, still landing hits against that 2A3. Challenger Mark II command pushes forwards now. I've got Jaguar HE coming in. This guy's going after like this Leopard 2A3 here. Hoping I can get those shots off. The AA was a little bit out of position. 203 goes down. You can see I'm at a +4. The opponent is now resorted to trying to pull back here, but they're stuck. The SAS are in position to ambush. My Challenger is getting repaired, rearmed. I've got more AA, more infantry pushing forwards here. I've got this Rover CP. He's just going to head back here and move to anywhere that he tries to cap. But 18 minutes remaining, and I'm in a really solid position. I've got some Lynx Helms off on this flank here. You can see the SES starting to ambush stuff. Model 103 goes down there. Model 103 goes down there. He's going to just reverse through here. But yeah, SES in a position to ambush, and at that point he surrenders. As you can see, kill to loss is pretty even. I threw away a lot of there. But good opponent, ranked 19, played a lot of games. But you can see that's how you work around the blob. You don't want to engage it too much. You kind of want to skirmish a bit, pull back, kind of bend your forces around it and capture the points around, and go from there. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.